Today, we are going to be going through 3 things that we like to focus on as an advertising agency, things that I've done as an individual for quite some time that help you reach the first $1,000 a day in revenue. Now, this number can pretty much be whatever you want it to be in terms of this example, like most things. Whether it's 500 a day, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, all these things will get you there. The point and the reason why I like to use $1,000 a day is because usually that's going to mean a pretty solid, pretty consistent $200 to $300 a day in profit, sometimes more, sometimes it might be less. But with that amount of sales and assuming an average ticket price, meaning a $30, $50, $70, $80 product being sold, you can be pretty confident with that level of dollar volume. You're having a pretty decent amount of orders every day, right? It's not one sale for $1,000. It's probably 30 or more sales, give or take. So with that consistency, you now have data being built. Your pixel on Facebook or Google is just giving you good momentum. Things are trending in your direction. So that's why I like to focus on getting to that point, because there's a lot of options that open up. You can really start dialing in different forms of retargeting. You have some profit to play with now where you can just reinvest it back into the business. So this is stuff that we do inside of my own stuff as well as for our clients inside of our advertising agency. Again, if you guys want to learn some more information about that, you can always book a free call by clicking the link down below and see how we automate Facebook ads and certain other components of an e-commerce business for you. All right, let's jump inside of my computer here. $1,000 a day in 3 steps. Now, I've done this at least 50 plus times, at least over and over and over and over, rinse and repeat. And I'm not even talking about stuff inside of our advertising agency. I'm talking about outside of that. Things where my friends are like, hey, I'm trying to get into e-commerce. Can you help me here? Okay, sure. Give me a percentage and I'll help you and we'll do this or that. Or stores that I've done. I mean, at one point I had over 20 stores that I was starting. I had 3 full-time people assisting me with working on that so we could just launch a bunch of new brands all at once. I've tried a lot of different things over the years and I've gotten to this point many, many, many times. So number 1 is identify. Always identify the products. Now, I want to make this very clear. Notice the S. I'm going to make it really absurdly big. The S here at the very end. Products, plural, okay? Not identify the product. The reason I say this is, and even myself included, but I can almost guarantee 100%, but 99.9% of the people watching this right now, you're not the best person in the world at marketing. I know I'm not. I'm pretty dang good with what I do with Facebook ads specifically. That's a very small vertical in terms of the entire space. So unless you can take pretty much any product and make it just knock it out of the park, do super well, the odds are you're going to want multiple products, because when you're starting something new, the idea there is to test the product. Whether you created the product or not or found it, you still don't know if it's going to work. It might be a great product with demand, but can you actually get the advertising working on a specific platform? That's a variable in itself. So I like to have multiple products to choose between, not a singular, okay? So I personally go for the same niche, right? Both for data reasons on your pixel, you're targeting the same for all the products, building data in that accumulative space in general. Also for website browsing reasons. Meaning when people are on your website, they shop around, like right now I'm running a new store and it's something new. I haven't started a new store in over a year, and about, 1 out of every 10 sales is for a product that I'm not advertising. I'm only advertising one product, but people will shop around and they'll just pick another product. So stuff like that is important to kind of have similar things. Also, again, with the testing phase, I like to switch fast. I'm a little bit impatient. I like to be quick with my maneuvering. So I don't want to have to once I determine the product doesn't work, go do more research, find a product, get quotes, figure out sourcing, get it added on, then get content, then all this other stuff. That's a long delay period, and that's actually going to hurt your advertising account. Because let's say you turn off all your ad spend on Facebook and then restart it a week later, they don't like that. Is it going to kill it? Probably not, but they don't like that, okay? Again, another little point here, it allows for easy upsells. So increasing that average order value, increasing everything just in general, getting people to add more products to the cart through any of the different number of upsell apps that are available on the App Store, okay? Number 2 is the ad creative. I personally never make just one anymore. I really don't like to. I like to have options. Now, this is more so from an ad strategy perspective. I just want to point this out versus like a general strategy of how to do this in the e-commerce space. This relates more so to my personal advertising strategy and how I structure my ads underneath the ad sets. Okay, so everybody, this could be different for you. However, we do folks, and when I say we do the same thing inside of our advertising agency on having at least 2 to 3 variants, usually video ads, to test between, okay? Not only does this give the ads some different things to optimize on and allocate the budget between, but at the same time, it allows for better scaling. So it doubles as a scaling method, which is cool because as soon as the product is working, now there's more creatives already ready to go. I don't have to wait 3 days, 5 days a week, whatever it is, for a turnaround time to get a new ad, a new creative to start duplicating with. And usually both of them will work. I mean, if you have 3, at least 2 are going to be doing pretty well. So it just gives you more options, and more options the better. So as you kind of see, I like to set up a little bit of stuff in advance before I really start. And I'm really selective with what I test. So I'm pretty confident it'll work, but products don't always work. It's just part of the game, okay? So that's number 2, is your ad creative. I like to have multiple. Number 3, the intro ad strategy. If you know me personally, or if you've been through any of my programs or have been watching my main YouTube channel, just Paid in Bulls, for a long time, you know that when it comes to advertising, I can sit down and talk for hours, okay? Previous girlfriends have told me this, you just need to shut up when it comes to advertising. But you know what? It's just something where I enjoy it. I like to kind of geek out over that, because that's how we support and sustain our business. That's just what I've been doing for a long time. So it flows very naturally for me. And if you want more information on the advertising specifics, we go through that. We can sit down for 5-10 hours inside of our advertising programs. You can find those linked below for a couple $100. Now, here's a quick little outline for you. When you have a new business manager, right, a new BM on Facebook, and a new ad account, if you're brand new entirely, you've never done ads ever, everything's new, you need to go very, very slow with your warm-up, okay? Probably at least 7 days. The reason I say that, Facebook's relationship with you is automated. There's no good support. There's no good contact method. And I wish I could tell you that changes when you spend $1 million a month. It doesn't. I know that from experience. They might assign you a rep. The rep is equivalent to half the people who try to teach in the space who have no remote idea what they're doing. Not only do they not know how to advise you on ads properly, they also can't help you with getting something back that's disabled. They can't help you with pretty much any issue. So it's really, really annoying. The biggest help I've ever had from a rep is them helping me push through ads that kept getting rejected for no reason. Was it helpful? Sure. Was it necessary? No. So it doesn't really matter. So again, your relationship is automated, and it's primarily built on their auto billing. You're going to have a very small and slow billing threshold in the beginning, probably $25 a day. So if your intro ad account has $50 a day budget, they're going to bill you twice a day, $25 if you're hitting that 50. So you just got to consistently be billed and be spending money, maxing out that spending limit, and they'll build the relationship that way. They want to know that they can bill you, because it's not a dollar for dollar bill. It's based on a threshold. So it's like Amex. There's a relationship there. Now, if you have a new ad account, but you're seasoned, your business manager's seasoned, you have other ad accounts, you've run stuff, you've spent 50 grand, 100 grand, 10 grand, whatever, just it's warmed up in general, but it's a new ad account, then just standard testing. But I always recommend minimal duplicates. So duplicates have started to become a little bit of a trigger in terms of Facebook's eyes. That usually triggers some sort of verification. There's 2 main verifications that happens on a newer account. They're going to do an intro one where they just try to shut you down. You got to reach out, blah, blah, blah. And they're usually going to ask for some very basic information, or they won't. They just want to see if you'll reach out. That's my opinion on why they do it. They want to see if you're a real person. The second one is going to be the actual verification, ID verification, something like that, where they're going to actually want to verify your identity. And those 2 steps, there will be further things down the road. Trust me, almost always, when you're spending $20,000 to $30,000 a day, as soon as you get to that level, they're going to cut you off, disable it for some BS reason, do another verification, and that's usually the last one. It just depends. Hopefully, but at that point, I kind of view that as just a money grab. They know you're spending a lot. They turn off your ads. As soon as you get re-enabled a few days later, they always enable it towards the end of the day. If you've ever noticed this, if any of you guys spend more money, it's always after 9 p.m. every single time without failure, a dozen times for me. So your entire $30,000 a day budget gets spent in 2 to 3 hours, super inefficiently. Normally your $30,000 would turn into $90,000 on a 3x ROAS, but that $30,000 now only makes you $20,000, and you end up losing $15,000 after product cost in that short window. You have no choice. And I feel like they do that just to screw you over with the ad spend. But nonetheless, that's getting off topic. That's the point with a new ad account on a seasoned business manager. Now, from a budget perspective, I like to know that I have about $2,000 or so to work with when I'm first starting in those first couple of weeks. Now, this number is completely arbitrary now. It's, now I've just had the cash flow inside of my business. When I was first getting started, I had $5,000, blew it all. I had no idea what I was doing. I tried to learn Facebook ads on my own. That didn't work. I literally made 3 sales. I don't know if someone could screw it up as bad as I did. 3 sales, $70 in revenue on $5,000 spent. Nonetheless, took a different approach, saved up a couple thousand, went through way too many courses, which actually screwed me over. You really just want to stick to one or two, really stay focused on it. Don't get too many strategies mixed together. Then I was able to reapproach and do it a lot better. So now with this new store that I'm running, I'm doing kind of a case study example inside of our program for it. I threw $2,000 in a separate little bank account that I set up for it. I mean, just a little sub account, just $2,000. Boom. Let's see if we can get it alive and sustaining itself in that window. So here's the thing though. That timeline to have 2,000 over the first couple weeks, it gets diluted with revenue coming in, because $2,000 at $250 a day spend is only going to last you 10 days. But let's say over that period, you also start bringing back sales. That extends it dramatically. So there's a lot more runway room, but the more the better. Obviously, making sure you have income is great just to extend that runway. Also, again, like I mentioned, I'm very intentional with my ads and I'm data driven for sure. And just as a quick tip, the most successful advertisers that I've ever seen in my life are very analytical. They know their numbers exactly. That is why they can spend more money than their competitor. They know their LTV, their emails are set up, their upsells are set up. They know the conversion rate. They know that they have a great product, a great service, a great offer, something like that. They know their ads. And just from a student perspective, from people that I've directly taught, from who some of them, they now teach e-commerce. And I'll tell you what, a lot of them are qualified. There's a lot of people who do try to teach e-commerce. Like, I'm kind of like the teacher's teacher. And I don't like to say that, but like dozens of people that I see in the space trying to teach originally tried to learn from me, and a lot of them don't really make money with e-commerce. Some kill it, like millions of dollars a month, and it's awesome. So those people, the group of probably 10 to 15 people that I've seen who have directly learned from me, who end up making 500,000 a month, $1 million a month, like consistently for years, all of those people without failure, if I could pick one trait that identifies them, they are all very disciplined and very analytical, specifically on the data. The breakdown tabs that they use, the column setups, like they have, extra wide monitors. They basically copied my setup and all my columns and stuff, just so they can be very analytical. They're talking about click-through rates, cost per this, cost per that, very data-driven. And I'll tell you why. Data-driven people have the advantage because they know exactly what they can and can't do. They can kill stuff very easily, and it just removes your emotions from it. It makes it a data-driven decision, and that always makes it better. So that's just my opinion on advertising, on things in general, how we like to get stuff up to $1,000 a day pretty dang quickly. Again, as you can see, a little tutorial and example like this, the numbers could go any which way. I mean, this is the same type of stuff that ultimately leads us to 10,000 a day, 50,000 a day, 100,000 a day. It's the same exact formula, and that's what's really cool about it. You're now in a business model that it can really be scaled without many hiccups. The only hiccups really come on the advertising platform and little things like fulfilling your orders and customer support. Those things will change a little bit, but it's pretty simple, and we definitely have a lot of fun doing it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's any questions, I'm sure there will be, just drop it in the comment section down below. Make sure to leave a like. And again, if you want us, and when I say us, I mean myself and the 19 people inside of our advertising agency, to assist you with automating your advertising and a few other fun little things, just book a free call by filling out the little form that is linked in the top of the description. You can also check out our performance dropshipping program and our Facebook ad program. It's only a couple $100. That breaks down exactly everything. You get to watch it for 5 to 10 hours, live examples, not just presentations, inside my own ad accounts, inside extra additional example ad accounts. You get to watch me run ads live and break down a bunch of situations. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you take advantage of those resources. Again, let me know if you have questions, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.